Hello. So, Isabel did have something come up last minute. We're still gonna do the thing. We're still gonna be here, talk to you. Let's see. There we go. Kara's gonna join us today. So,
Hey guys.
yay. Hi. So, today we're talking about some of the worst foods for our dogs, and this was prompted from a Doggington Post article about the foods that are making our dogs obese. So thank you, Kara, for like last minute joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
So yeah, I can do lives by myself, but I just think they're so much more interesting when someone else is around and like there's this back and forth going on.
We'll make it fun.
And then also, like, if people ask questions, we can kind of both hopefully see it. Hello from Vegas. I'm not in Vegas. Well, I'm glad you're in Vegas. It's hot as crap here. I imagine it's hot as crap in Vegas. So, but it's probably nice, and you're like more north in California, yeah?
It is actually pretty toasty. I just got home to my apartment after being at the cabin for 3 days, and so my office window was shut the entire time, and it's a little stuffy in here. But it's like 72, 73 degrees. If you go outside, there's a nice cool breeze, but not where I'm sitting.
Ireland, that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us from Ireland. So, we are going to talk a little bit about some of the worst foods for our dogs. And I think I want to start out by just going down the list of the foods that are making our dogs obese according to the Doggington Post. And then we can just kind of get into what we think and what really are some of the worst foods, and then take any questions from people. So I think the point is that obesity is a huge problem, right?
Sorry.
They're happy you're home.
It's me. It's me, everyone. Let me mute me until I'm going to talk.
Oh, okay. So the point is like, okay, obesity is a huge, huge problem because when we think about disease in general, a lot, I don't want to say all of it, but a lot of it starts through some sort of like metabolic dysfunction. And obesity is inflammatory. It absolutely is metabolically dysfunctional. And then like we're just putting so much extra stress on the body that isn't necessary. And so yeah, we are kind of starting this like cascade of what else is going to go wrong now because our pet is so obese. And there are so many factors in that. But according to the Doggington Post, these are some of the human treats that are the worst for our pets, for dogs specifically. And they're basing it, it looks like, on calories, which makes sense. So at the very top of the list is bacon. And I'm gonna admit that my dog gets bacon on Sunday.
Oh, really?
I
never
know.
give my dogs bacon. I think I'm just scared of bacon. I'm scared of bacon for dogs because Copper had pancreatitis for years, and it was from carbs, not fat. But you know, cooked fat makes me a little bit nervous. It oxidizes, right? It's harder for them to digest. So like probably one morsel of bacon would be fine for my dogs, but after years of pancreatitis, I'm like, I just can't even risk it.
Yeah, I think I would be totally freaked out if I had a dog with pancreatitis too. Because you just don't know what one thing is going to push them over the line, right? And I will say it wouldn't be me giving it to her, but she does get it.
The husband. It's always the husband.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So many things, even though we have had this conversation about cooked fats and oxidized fats and how bad they are for her.
It's all right. So it's just how he shows his love. But the Doggington Post tells us, which by the way, I love the name. I didn't get to investigate like the website further. I just read at the bottom why it was created, but I think the name is super cute. But according to them, it's causing obesity. So
Yeah.
sausage.
Yes.
I
And
like sausage too.
I mean, I get it. It's the calories, and but I also think like with anything else, and going back to the bacon, like what kind of bacon
Hmm.
is it? So okay, we're talking about the fats, and that really is the point of why it's so high in calories.
Yeah.
But also like,
It's high in
is it the are that
nitrates.
exactly? Does it have nitrates in it? Is it smoked? Like
Yeah.
which may not be a huge deal for a lot of people. I'm not a fan of smoked meats in general, but that's just me.
I like smoked, like I'll like an Applewood smoked bacon. I
Yeah,
think that's good. But like also is it uncured? Is it
right.
how is the pig raised? All right, now we're really gonna get
Yeah,
into the weeds,
I
but
know. Well, and that's the same thing with sausage, but like my first thought is, okay, what seasonings are in the sausage?
hmm.
And especially like an onion powder or something.
Yeah.
What's in the sausage? But still, the calories are pretty. So according to the article, what is this? I have no idea what a rasher is. I'm gonna assume that they mean two
Yeah.
slices of bacon or
I
a
think that's where it's like sliced down the middle and then it kind of lays open like a
yeah,
butterfly, I think.
yeah. And then so they're saying that's 144 calories, which I would never give my dog that much anyway. But because it's so salty too, right? Like that's
Yeah.
just way too much. And that's the same thing with sausage. So freaking salty.
That's why it's
And they're
so
saying
good.
one thick sausage is 118 calories. Again, I don't know who's giving their dog this much food, but hey, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you have a large dog. Um, and then the next one on the list is roasted chicken, a drumstick. So again, my mind goes to like all of the skin, the I think that's probably one of the fattiest parts is the skin, and then the like gristly gunk in there, which I don't like at all.
You know what I think is weird about that one is I hope nobody is giving their dog cooked chicken bones. Like that, the first thing I thought of when I saw that whole drumstick was, is somebody cooking a chicken and then literally breaking off the leg and giving it to their dog? I'm sure everyone watching this knows that safe bones are raw bones, right? But cooked bones, not ever. Too brittle, the matrix, because it can splinter, it can puncture, it doesn't digest well. No cooked bones. So,
Yeah,
but I'm sure that's not what they're talking about.
I don't think so either, but I hope not. I mean, that is the picture they used. The next one is interesting to me, grilled salmon. So I'm guessing just because salmon can tend to be a little bit
Fatty.
fattier of a fish,
Yeah.
but
I'll be honest, I give my dogs my salmon skin all the time. When I make salmon, I do olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then I put it in the oven. I don't like to eat the skin. It's just a personal preference. So I literally peel it off and I give it to the dogs before I sit down and eat my dinner.
yeah, I mean, and like that brings up a point of like one of the reasons why I don't like lists like this is because it just keeps like reiterating in people's minds that like, oh, I can't give my dog people food, which drives me
Exactly. Exactly.
because they're like, look at all this horrible stuff you're doing to your dog when in reality, like if we just approach it in a little bit of a different way, it could be really beneficial for them.
Yeah. Sorry. I know you see the tail. I can't be without him. Um, but I agree. Like the way, I mean, they do say in the article, right? Like everything in moderation is important. And that's really great. But I do worry that the way the article is like approached or worded will make people look at this list and say, oh, these foods will make my dog obese. I should never feed them. When in actuality, there's only maybe four things on this list that I would not feed my pets. Everything else I actually give them and they're super healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just in how you prepare it, if you want to trim some of the fat, because you do
Mhm.
have to be like aware of the number of calories, especially with smaller dogs. Because I mean, I know your dogs are a little bit bigger. I have a small dog, and so I do have to be aware of the calories that she's getting every day.
Yeah.
Um, And some days she gets way too much. And some other days I have to like reel it back in because of that.
Yeah. Well, it's hard
um,
when they're tiny. A morsel seems like nothing.
I know, right? Um, so roasted turkey is on the list. And again, I think it's the same thing with like the skin.
Mm-hmm.
And even, I mean, they didn't say gravy, but you know, the gravy can be pretty fatty too.
And
So
salty.
yeah. And again, how is it prepared? Because turkey, meat, and organs, that would be totally fine to give your pet. Um, but also, I know people really freak out, especially like around the holidays, because they're like, oh, I gave my dog turkey and we wound up at the vet for pancreatitis. Well,
It's because
there's,
you took your dog whose gut wasn't used to fresh food because they eat kibble, and then you probably gave them cooked turkey covered in gravy that was fatty, and then their gut was like, whoa. No.
right? Yes. And it's a trigger, not, and so that's the other thing I want people to realize. Like, if we are just going to talk about pancreatitis for a second, like, especially with a kibble fed dog, it's it's been building and building and building and building because their pancreas has been so stressed and overloaded for so long that that one trigger is what they blame everything on, when in
Yeah.
reality if if it hadn't been building and building and building and building for so long, they probably would have been fine with that one little piece of turkey on Thanksgiving
Yep.
that
Totally
maybe had
agree.
too much fat, or even the skin. Like, if they were already eating a fresh food diet, it probably wouldn't have affected them in that way. The next one I'm mad about. I'm really mad about scrambled eggs.
I love a good
I,
egg. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised that that's on there though, right? Because like if you're making scrambled egg for breakfast and then you want to just slide a little portion to your pet, if you're doing that every day and they are a small dog, it could be too much. I mean, egg yolks, we went from egg yolks being great to egg yolks are going to kill you, back to egg yolks being great. But egg yolks do have calories, right? And cholesterol, and it's good for you. But if you're a tiny dog and all you eat is 4 ounces, and then your owner gave you 4 ounces of egg for breakfast, plus they gave you your bowl of kibble,
yeah,
a lot of egg.
yeah, that's very, very true. And I would actually rather, like, if you feed your dog twice a day, skip one of the meals and give them an egg.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be so much better, because it's like, it's a reproductive food. So
Mm.
it has so much more value than what we even know to start looking for. Like, that's one of the things that interests me so much, is that especially with reproductive foods, whether we're talking about like milk or eggs or even um, like roe or
Yeah. I
eating.
think I remember you talked to Billy about this one time.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Or like bee pollen, or there's so much value to it that we don't even know what to look for or what to test for. So it's just like constantly like, oh, look what's also in here that we didn't know was in here.
Mhm.
Because it's just so nutrient dense and like the idea that we would, and we have, demonized reproductive foods throughout, like, how hard is it for most people to find raw milk,
Mhm.
and then telling people that, oh my god, you can't eat eggs, it's going to ruin your cholesterol and the saturated fats and blah blah blah. And at the same time, they're literally like the absolute best foods on the planet for us.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a friend in New York, and she was telling me that her sister, they own, I want to do this, but they own like rights or part of I don't know what it's called, like a share of a cow essentially. And
Okay.
she gets raw milk and she feeds her all four of her young children, four boys. They go through like gallons of raw milk a week and they're super healthy. And it's like, that's what we all should be doing. It doesn't need to be pasteurized. Like it's so good for your gut to have it unpasteurized. And I'm so thankful that I can find raw milk in California because I've been using that for the last month and I love it.
I know. I can get it, but only like, so I have to go to the farmer's market to get it. which is fine. I have to order it in advance. And then when we have like a really dry summer, the cows just
Yeah.
don't produce as much. So
Oh, interesting.
it isn't as available. So like I can't always get it.
Hmm.
Because it isn't. So in Texas, or at least the Austin, I think it's Texas, you can't, so a farmer can't sell, like they're not supposed to go to a farmer's market and sell it. They're not supposed to sell it like at a store or anything like that. But you are allowed to go to the farm to purchase it directly from the farmer at the farm. So the way they kind of get around it is that like I buy it online from the farm
Mm-hmm.
directly, and it's just my pickup location
Right. Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
farmer's market. Um, but they don't, like, yeah, when it's really really dry, when we don't get a whole lot of rain, when it's really hot in the summer, which the past 2 summers have been brutal here, they just don't produce as much. So
Hmm. I don't see why the government has to make it so difficult. But I do want to take it back to something that you said. So I love that you brought up that you should, if you're going to give a snack, replace part of the meal with it. And that is something that I actually really wish they would have incorporated into this article at the end, right? And say, like, we're not saying you shouldn't feed these foods. We're saying that, well, except for maybe some of them, but we'll
yeah,
probably get there. Um, but we're, if you are going to feed them to decrease the risk of weight gain by having too much calories, replace a portion of your meal with these super healthy foods. I wish they would have said that.
I know that. I mean, that would be a little bit more well-rounded reporting.
Yeah.
But again, it kind of goes back to my point of like these lists just scare people
Yeah.
into not even trying to feed their pets real food.
I
Um,
wouldn't mind if the next one scared people.
yeah, white rice, white rice.
Don't do it, man.
People,
Just don't do it.
people are, um, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? They want, like, people are really divided on this, like
Mm-hmm.
with so many things. I posted a reel not too long ago about if your dog has diarrhea, don't feed chicken and rice. Do this. This is why. Do this instead.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, especially on Facebook, people just came out of the freaking woodwork to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Rice is great. My vet says, my vet says,
Mm-hmm.
my vet says. And I'm like, Lord have mercy.
I know. And, I don't even know where that old adage came from, but it's one that needs to, in my opinion, be abolished. And if you ever want to hear some personal stories about why rice doesn't do well for dogs who are having an upset stomach or pancreatitis, look no further. I'll make a post about this later today because it drives me insane.
Yeah. Well, and I get, okay, a bland diet. And then,
Mm-hmm.
oh, people also went crazy about fasting. So I'm like, fast your dog for, don't be crazy. Like 12 hours is good. And then, which actually brings up another point, but let me finish what I'm saying. So, like, fast them, give them like 12 hours, let their digestive system chill out, and then let's introduce a bland diet, see how they do, blah, blah, blah. And so a bland diet is good, just we want to choose what we're putting in that bland diet a little bit better, I
Yeah.
think. I mean, I would even go so far as to, just like a lean turkey, which I do. I don't know about you. I do like to cook the turkey if my dog is having an upset stomach. I just think it's a little easier on the digestive system. Um,
Yeah. That's what I recommend to clients too. I just feed nothing. That probably sounds really mean,
yeah.
but I will completely fat. This doesn't happen anymore, but when it did, when we did have problems, I went from chicken and rice, which failed, to nothing. And that was the only thing that let his system calm down enough to then be able to unfortunately resume his kibble because this was a long time ago. But yeah, fasting is super important.
Yeah. So somebody asked me the other day about how long to fast a dog, and I think it can be a little bit different for every dog in every situation, depending on how, like, if you've ever fasted your dog before, how small they are. One of the things that I like to consider when I'm looking at like a span of time is like, okay, for me, if I'm just intermittent fasting, I would prefer to have an 18-hour fast and then a 6-hour eating window. But if I look at like my lifespan versus my dog's lifespan, that same 18 hours for them is so much bigger
Yeah.
in their lifespan. Not that it would be terribly detrimental for them to do that, because I think in the wild they would potentially fast longer, not necessarily regularly, but it would happen. And so that's why I'm like, I kind of close it a little bit to more like 12 hours. Or if it's a really tiny dog who has never fasted before, I might be like, let's start with 6 hours, see how they're doing, maybe give them a little bit of bone broth if they're like acting hangry or something.
Yeah, yeah. Or they're getting the hunger pukes, lip licking, whining, things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because my dog, I know she's not she's not a happy faster. So she gets, I do what we all, I think, call modified
yeah.
fasting anymore. Like she gets her goat's milk for breakfast, and then that like rounds it out for her one meal a day. Um, but yeah, uh,
I can see that Kim would not be a happy faster. I could just see it.
she's not. She likes her food, and she really, really, really likes kitty food. So
Oh, we have a question finally.
yes. What's the best
Oh,
bone
yeah.
broth for doggies? Um, go ahead. You go.
I the bone broth that you make yourself.
Yeah.
Almost every time I'm going to say it's what you make yourself. So it's really easy to make yourself, but if you really want to buy it, I like to get crude carnivore is really nice. They have like a unique one. I had their rabbit one and mushroom. Who else has great bone broth? Bones and Co, Green Juju,
And
and
Juju.
Small Batch.
Hmm.
Those would probably be my like top, I think.
Yeah. And again, try them out with your dog
Mhm.
and cats, because some dogs are gonna gravitate to some more than others. Like I tend to buy the more plain ones, like the green juju,
Mhm.
because Kim's good with that. And so are my cats. So I will rehydrate their freeze-dried food with bone broth, just like I would for Kim. And she will drink the crude carnivore, but she's not as big a fan as with the herbs.
Yeah, she has an elevated palate.
She has an elevated palate. But yeah, so there are so many recipes for bone broth. Like I was telling somebody the other day, literally, like just start simple. Just start with bones and water and a little apple cider vinegar, and that's really all you need. Like you can get fancy, and we can start adding stuff to it and make it really, really wonderful. Like I'm sure we're gonna get a ton of recipes tomorrow in the new Forever Dog Life book.
Mm.
Um, One in the Forever Dog, the original Forever Dog book that I tried, which Kim
Yeah.
loved, by the way, because it's really more like, I know this isn't the correct term, but I called it a bisque, even though it's not seafood, because you took everything that you boiled, like all the broccoli and the mushrooms
Mm-hmm.
and garlic and everything, and used an emulsion blender to blend it
Yeah.
all into the broth. So to me, it was more of like a soup.
Yeah. 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 I just use those as toppers. So like I like to put shiitake mushrooms, corset mushrooms, in my bone broth, and I'll let them cook in there on low for the 12 hours, and then I'll just sprinkle them over their food for a few days until they're gone.
Yeah, yeah. And that way you're not like wasting anything, which is great. So, okay, we're all agreed that we are never feeding white rice to our dogs again.
Never. Oh, the next one is still one that I don't like though.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Peanut butter, aflatoxins,
I know.
mold,
I know.
sugar. God, The reason peanut butter is so good is because it's loaded with sugar.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, okay, you can get organic peanut butter that has nothing but peanuts in it. That's not what most people are buying.
Yeah.
Um, that's what I buy, but I mean, that's not what most people are buying. And it's just unnecessary. Like, what's the point outside of um, maybe a Kong, like closing up the end so that you can put stuff in it?
Yeah.
Because it is like it has some uses, but very, 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 very rarely. I don't know that Kim has had peanut butter in 10 years. Like, it's
Yeah.
just not necessary. It's not necessary.
Well, I also think it's one of those foods where, like, if you have a dog who is, I don't want to use the word allergies, but let's say they have some sensitivities, right, from some leaky gut. I feel like peanuts and peanut butter is not something people look to because they're like, oh, it's going to be chicken, it's going to be beef, right? Things like that. When in fact, if you are feeding a lot of peanut butter and it has a lot of aflatoxins in it, and it's like damaging and bombarding the gut tissue along with other things, that could be one of the things that's a sensitivity for your dog. And I think you might not think about it because it's a snack or a treat, so definitely something to consider if you have a dog that has like intermittent diarrhea, if they seem to present like they have allergies or sensitivities, environmental things, I would look to the treats as well. And peanut butter is one that I would try and cut out.
Yeah, and I don't know where, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if a dog killed a squirrel and a squirrel ate some peanuts, they're gonna get some peanuts by eating the stomach content of a squirrel. But I'm like, your dog in the wild is not just gonna go eat peanuts.
What if they took down an elephant and that elephant was eating peanuts?
I
Sorry.
think they would have a pretty hard time to eat.
But yeah, I mean, peanuts are definitely something that dogs are not going to eat in the wild. But like also, so are the chia seeds that I feed my dogs sometimes. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll use that argument. I'll use that argument when I feel like I need to use that argument. And then other times I'm like, but they're my princess and princes. So
Oh, I know. Well, yeah, that's true. But also, I do think probably something like a chia seed would be more common to be found in the stomach content. I don't know.
yeah,
Because
maybe.
birds eat seeds.
Yeah.
So that probably would be a little bit more common, especially if we think about all of the processing that we have to do to give chia seeds to our dog. It has to soak. Well, it doesn't have to, but
Yeah.
most of us will soak it unless we're trying to absorb all of the excess water from like diarrhea or something.
Diarrhea. Yeah. Yeah.
So cheddar cheese. My dog gets cheese sometimes too.
Yeah. I have these little Tillamook cheese squares. They're so good. And the only reason I don't like things that are wrapped in plastic. So anytime I have something wrapped in plastic, I immediately try and take it out of plastic and put it in like a glass container. But I'm a sucker for these little individual cheddar cheeses. I'm probably slowly, like single-handedly killing the environment with individual wrapped cheddar cheese bites. I love them so much, and I will give them to my dogs.
Well, okay, that is such a good point because we can only do so much,
Yeah.
right? We cannot be perfect. One of the things that my husband teases me about, because I do try to do so many things like right,
Mm.
is that I still use the like individual flossers, the like plastic flosser. And
But you can get cornstarch ones.
I really
Supposedly they break down, but
okay. I hate myself for it, but at the same time, like I know that I'm not gonna floss if I have to like wrap this floss around my fingers and get my hands all in my, like it's not gonna happen.
yeah.
And
And I
like I'm
feel like they work better because it has like the double
mm-hmm.
layer. You could get a water pick.
I know,
My
but
dentist told me it's not as effective.
it isn't as effective. It isn't. I know. I used to have one when I was younger, because I've had braces twice. So like you kind of have to have a yeah.
We are the same. So I had braces and then I had Invisalign because I was a bad kid.
Yeah. Well no, even the second time I wanted Invisalign. no, you can't. We can't do that.
Oh, rough stuff, man. So look at us. Oh my God, Jess. We're
no
we
way.
match.
That's crazy. Yeah.
God, we did not plan this.
No, we're the same.
We did not plan this.
That's hilarious.
Jess was like, "Do you want to be on my live?" And I was like, "Oh, let me put my CBD shirt on." I didn't know.
That's hilarious. I've had this on all day. I went to the gym, so I didn't like just put it on. But
I did purposely change because I was in pajamas because I drove 3 hours and then got home and then you were like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh, I can't get out in my pajamas."
Well, you probably could have, but it's okay. So yeah, I don't think cheese is the worst either. Although I would prefer a raw cheese. Like that's what I like. That's not what we normally eat because we eat a lot of cheese and I don't do the grocery shopping. But when I go, because I want a snack, I will go for like the smaller raw cheese packages. For like, that's just what I prefer. I actually think they taste better too, but
yeah,
I don't know. And then again, yes, okay, there are calories, it's fatty, but adjust, like if you're going to, for some reason, just adjust what you're feeding.
Yeah.
And I know some people will like kind of shred it and put it on top to try to get their dogs to eat their food, which is a whole other thing with like trying to get our dogs to eat their food. Like we should first assess why they're not wanting to eat their food.
Yeah, especially if it's a certain type of food that's already sprayed with flavorings to try and entice our pets to eat it. And if they still don't want it despite that, why?
Yeah, right. I know that's a problem in and of itself. But yeah, I mean, in moderation, sure.
Yeah.
It's not the worst food you could be giving your dog.
Definitely not the worst food on this list.
No, definitely not. The next one might be, well, a pet.
Can I just say that I'm surprised that that wasn't actually number one because I feel like everybody and their mother drinks Starbucks, which I haven't in more than a year. I said goodbye. I was like, peace out, Starbucks. I drink tea now. But like, I feel like that was a whole fad and it's a fad that has continued going. Everybody gets a pup cup nowadays. So I can't believe that wasn't number one.
Well, I don't even think they're using real whipped cream. Like, I think it's just like
Cool whip
oils and yeah. And that's the worst part of it for me. If it were actually real whipped cream, it without any like added sugars or anything, it really wouldn't be that horrible. But it's all oil that's just whipped up and emulsified and it's nasty and gross. And so yes, they're terrible. Terrible.
I wonder why like ice cream wasn't on there. You know, like you can go to ice cream places and they'll give you a little vanilla cup for your dog or something. Like how come that one wasn't on there? Yeah. Or maybe that's I don't know, maybe that's a California thing.
I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, I will say I happen to know two separate people that don't even know each other that just regularly give their dogs whatever the heck treat they're eating, whether it is chocolate or ice cream or whatever they are eating, give their dogs, and it is absolutely horrendous. One person I know was like going through tubs of peanut M&Ms, or I'm sorry, the peanut butter M&Ms, because she's like, but my dog loves them so much, and I'm like, oh.
There are 4 foods on the no-no list. Chocolate. Wait, where's my hand? Chocolate, macadamia nuts, grapes, and onions. Yep. Please don't feed those 4 things.
Right. I know. It's really
There's only 4.
Right. A small list that it's like, can't we just avoid this one teeny tiny list?
My God. I think people are more likely to feed their dogs a piece of chocolate than they are to feed their dogs a piece of garlic, even though everyone knows you can't feed chocolate, but internet is wrong about feeding garlic. Like I feel like if we did a poll for people that are not even in the fresh food community. And we said, are you more likely to give your dog chocolate or garlic? I swear to God, they're going to say chocolate.
Yeah. I think people are terrified of garlic for the worst reason ever.
It's a whole other podcast, girl.
I know. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, that is a whole other podcast. Whole other podcast. But yeah, like I think there's so much worse. Okay, there are some things on this list that I'm like, please, absolutely no, do not. But there's so much worse that we could be doing. Like,
so tell me your hard nose. What on this list is an absolute no for you?
So I think, I mean, if I had to pick anything at all, I guess it would be the pup cup. Because even, okay, here's my thing. I try to keep a really open mind and to like never say never, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that even though I would prefer, especially for a healthy adult dog, that they never have any sort of processed foods or refined foods, starchy carbohydrates. I also know that every food has different TCVM properties,
mm-hmm.
food energetics, and there may be, especially with dogs in some state of disease, there may be instances where I haven't gotten there yet, but I have heard of like adding some into. Yeah. So like I don't ever want to like it's just a never say never scenario for me. Even so, Dr. Chris Besant, who is the founder of Herbsmith and the Simple Food Project and Medicus Diets, which diet is it? When I had her on the podcast, one of the diets that she formulated for Medicus, which if y'all aren't familiar with the Medicus diets, they're whole food formulated diets that replace the prescription kibble diets in your vet's office. So like they kind of have like a one-to-one, like a kidney diet, what am I thinking? She has like a cancer diet. Like there's a whole
I do recall that episode.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was for low phosphorus, I think.
It's probably the kidney diet, I'm assuming. Probably for like advanced kidney disease.
That's what I'm thinking too. It was the kidney diet. So she does have rice in there for a phosphorus binder. So like that's why I don't want to like never say never.
Yeah.
And so
I mean, even Dr. Judy has, I'm going to say it wrong, but kanji. I don't know if the G is a hard or a soft G, but like, you know, I got like if something did happen and I absolutely had to give it to them, then just like really a lengthy cooking time to really cook the rice down to even like a soup like consistency so that it's, you know, it's like you're pre-digesting it for them, like you're baby birding it for them.
Right. Like a really, really sick dog. Yes. We could do like a kanji type diet. And at least they're getting, it may not be perfect, but some nutrients, especially, and it would depend on the situation and on the dog and what's going on and what other sensitivities they have going on. But even if we cooked it in a bone broth, we're adding more nutrients into it. Like, so yeah. Never say never. So I guess, because that's really the only thing on this list that isn't real food is the pup cup.
Yeah. And it is the kidney diet, by the way. I have a problem with instant gratification, so I looked it up really quick.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about you? What would?
I think I would also say the pup cup, but like my second one would be the rice. I just have a really bad experience with rice and pancreatitis, and you know, I just spent so long like beating my head against the wall doing chicken and rice because that's what kept being recommended, and all it did was make things worse. So like rice is the devil for me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. And we all have our own, I think we all have our own
Mm.
experiences that kind of help shape us. And there's probably reasons for all of that we may not even know yet. Like the type of dogs that you help out, like maybe it's, leading you down that path to where you're just like, no rice.
Yeah, I do definitely see a lot of GI dogs because that's why I got here, right? Like if my dogs didn't have these problems, I would have never been here. And so it's almost like I see my pet in every pet that I consult on
Yeah.
when they have like that condition. And like I just really want to see everybody I just want to see them go from like what my pets were to what my pets are now. I just want to just bring everybody there. Like,
Well, I do that a lot with cat clients, more
mm-hmm.
so than dog clients. I mean, I will sometimes, like whether it's my current dog or past dogs that I've had, I'll pull from experiences from them, but I almost always pull my cats in when I'm dealing with a cat client
Yeah.
because I think I've had cats since the day I turned 18. I literally, like that day, grabbed a cat from the shelter and have had cats ever since. And
Oh.
um, so I've had so many cats and so many different situations with cats that it's like, I don't know that anybody has brought, other than maybe the, oh, I'm blanking, the really nasty mouth it starts with an S, I think, where they have like the nasty sores in the mouth. I'm trying to remember.
You're not talking about squamous cell cancer.
I think I think it's something different. But anyway, for the most part, I've dealt with so many different things with so many different cats that like I have personal experience that I can pull from when helping a
Sarcoma. Is it sarcoma?
sarcoma.
Sorry.
No, no, you're
I'm just trying to think S like
um cats. No. Let's see if I can find it. Stomatitis.
oh
is
yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
have not personally dealt with stomatitis, um, so I don't have a personal experience for that,
Mm,
and that's terrible.
I've seen a
For
lot of people with stomatitis.
really,
Like cancer, but yeah, so like you can get like radiation stomatitis and certain chemotherapy agents can cause that and it's really uncomfortable and then they don't want to eat and that's usually why they end up in my emergency room.
well,
Yeah.
speaking of, I don't think we introduced you. Who are you?
Oh, hi guys. Thanks for sticking around for 45 minutes. I'm Kara. I own Raw Pod Ventures, so I'm a canine nutritionist. I am hopefully soon to have the title of holistic pet health coach as well. But before all of that, I have about a decade of experience in human medicine. So I'm a nurse practitioner and I work in the ER and the ICU. So went from humans to animals. It was a bit of a shift. So doing both now. But
Yeah, so lots of experience there. I don't have any human experience other than like all of the all of the all of the things I do for myself that I'm like I just test so much stuff out on myself all
yep,
the time.
yep.
All the time, trying something different, trying something new. Um,
I'm the same way. I'm actually doing the ion and Coptis. I'm almost done with a month. Um, and then I think I'm gonna give it to my dogs. So
well, why are you using Coptis?
because I feel like I also have some element of leaky gut. Um, Not to like TMI on your podcast, but I have definitely beat the heck out of my gut. I used to love fruit roll-ups. I could not say no to the candy bowl at work. Ice cream is like my kryptonite. And so just like years of bloating, like I never had like I guess I just was never really regular. And so looking at my dogs and my cats and everything I'm doing for them, I was like, why am I not instituting these things for myself? And I can say that after 3 weeks of doing this, I actually noticed a significant change. So probably something that I might do like maintenance twice a year, like every 6 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've only heard of using Coptis for like really nasty like diarrhea in
Hmm.
animals. But
I've seen a lot of talk about using it for leaky gut. And I mean, this is just me like self-diagnosing myself. Um, because I mean, I don't have any allergies or like food sensitivities, but just other symptoms. So I figured, why not give it a try?
yeah, I love iron gut support though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's an awesome product.
Mhm.
Really cool product. Who was telling me about that? Rob Ryan. We were talking about that the other day. So, what outside of this list, which is really just based on calories, what are your like absolute no, we're not doing this for dogs?
Oh, oh man. I mean, aside from the four no-nos that are toxic that I mentioned, I mean, there's not like a lot of people will, let's say you make a steak on the grill, and you have a little bit of like grizzle or like the end, is super fatty and like people will give that to their pet. Like nothing like that. Um, Maybe I am guilty of giving like a bite of hamburger. Like, um, if it's like the last bite of like my cheese, lettuce, tomato hamburger with bread, I might give that last bite with all the trimmings to my pets. But like, anything that has like cooked yellow fat on it, I'm not giving it to them. And again, this is just like do I think that one piece of that is going to throw a dog into pancreatitis? No, unless they have an underlying gut issue. But I just am so cognizant now of what if, just it's just
Yeah.
my own personal experience.
Yeah. I've noticed even with I'm not gonna say the brand, but there is one. So as Kim is getting older, um she's not wanting her raw food so much
Mm,
more. So um there's a gently cooked that I have tried with her in the past, and
hmm
she loves it, but it does have a small amount of like grain, starchy
mm,
carbohydrate,
hmm
and her poops are ginormous when she eats this.
mm,
And I'm like,
yeah,
oh, come on.
yeah.
Which to me is like, one, is it just the carbs? Or is there like a digestibility issue? I'm trying to figure that out on my own. Not
Yeah.
necessarily like overall, but just with my dog. Um, yeah, I'm
Like
wondering.
I'll give like a bite, like if I'm making potatoes, I love sweet potatoes and sweet
Mm-hmm.
potato fries. So like I'll give them a piece of sweet potato. I'll give them I'm Irish. My name is so Cara Hanrahan, like you can't get more Irish than that. So I really do love potatoes. So I'll make like mashed potatoes, fried potatoes. I'll give my dogs a white potato. Like I know it's not the best for them. But am I gonna put it in their veggie prep? Absolutely not. It's like if I'm making it for myself and I want to just slip them one morsel, that's fine. But that's like the extent.
Yeah. Well, uh, yeah, I can. I mean, Kim does get sweet potatoes sometimes. Because I'll do some. Because sometimes I'll give her a little bit of pumpkin, like if she has an upset
Mhm,
stomach. But I don't always want to give her pumpkin, so I'll
mhm.
like a sweet potato and do that instead
Yeah.
with like a little
Squash.
turkey. Um, but yeah, no, I'm not. I don't. Again, I'm kind of that like never say never kind of. It's
Yeah.
the food. It's the non-food foods that I don't really want to give. Those are really the like
Yeah.
harder no's for me. The things that I shouldn't be eating to begin with that I
So
don't
no Lay's potato chips or Doritos for Kim.
know.
Yeah.
No,
Me either.
I love Doritos. Don't get me wrong, especially the Cool Ranch, but.
Oh no, sweet chili is where it's at. But I don't eat them anymore. I'm telling you, Jess, I have not had like a shelf stable snack, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like an ultra processed snack in a month.
Good for you.
It's and the craving is less.
Yeah.
The less you eat it, the less you crave it. And it's all because those flavor things that they spray on there are legitimately addictive.
Yeah. Isabel showed up. Hi.
Isabel! Isabel,
I
I'm
know.
sad that you weren't here, but I'm happy that I was here.
I know. I'm sad you couldn't be here today too, but we will figure something out for not next week, but the week after. So Isabel is in Seattle next week, but the week after we'll be back and do something. Something. Yeah, so it really is. I'm trying with the nasty foods, especially with stress.
Yeah.
That's my trigger. Stress is my trigger, and the more stressed I get, like as my stress goes up, my willpower goes down.
Yep. Yep.
um,
There's so many things that I've cut out over the last month that it's like I totally get it. And like I mentioned, like ice cream is my kryptonite. And there is one particular week out of the month that I really like ice cream. Not gonna, I'm
yeah,
sure everybody knows what that is, right? But I have held strong. You can do it. I'll be your hype girl.
yeah.
If you text me and you're like, I'm feeling really low today, and I see this bag of chips, I will call you and I will pull you away from those chips.
It's not normally the chips. It's normally a soda because I try really, 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 really hard not to drink soda, and then yeah, I will have a day where I'm just like,
Do you
and the,
like carbonated things? Because I don't know if you've heard of this, Spindrift. It's literally just carbonated water and lemon and nothing else. And I love it. And if I ever want like a carbonated thing, I just grab one of these and that takes away the craving.
I think it's the sugar because I hate carbonated water.
Yeah.
I absolutely loathe carbonated water, and like I do all the thing. The only thing I don't do is that I know I should do is grab my perfect aminos and see if that resolves my craving, and I don't do it.
What is it? Like coconut aminos? What is
No,
that?
it's a brand of. Let me pull it up. Um, Gary Brecka. Do you know Gary Brecka?
Mm-mm.
So he is like biohacker basically, and he has studied mortality rates in humans for so long. Like that was his job forever and ever. I don't
Interesting.
remember. So like to determine various things like life insurance premiums and all of that, like based on lifestyle and all these different factors and when you're going to die, why you're going to die, all the things. And so
That
I follow him.
sounds like a stressful job.
So let me, where are my perfect aminos? What is, tell me, tell me, tell me. Perfect aminos are pure essential amino acids in a form and ratio that is both 99% utilized by the body to build new protein and collagen, and completely absorbed into the bloodstream within an average of 23 minutes by anyone, no matter the state of their digestive system. So I bought them when I did the water fast that I did. Was
Yeah.
it January? Maybe I did.
It was definitely a few months ago. I remember you talking about it.
I feel like I need to do one again, but I'm struggling with when. But anyway, yeah. So it doesn't break a fast because it doesn't have really anything in it. It has like you can get flavoring, but there's no
Hmm.
like sugar
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything like that in it. So it doesn't break a fast, but it's yeah. I know
Interesting.
I should grab it and I don't, but anyway. Yeah.
Well, do it. Just don't do it during the week of Super Zoo because we're gonna
Oh,
want to go
oh
get
yeah.
some good snacks in Vegas. Which, by the way, now that I know Isabella's on here, can I just say that I'm really excited to formally meet you at Super Zoo because I love watching your podcast.
She's awesome. She's really, really awesome.
She's fun.
Yeah, super fun. And we will have fun at Super Zoo. But yeah, no, I will not be fasting that week. I will not be fasting anytime I'm traveling because that is just insanity. There's zero chance.
Yeah. I feel like I would be very afraid to do a long fast because I have kind of like low blood pressure at baseline, and I probably if I drank enough water, I would be fine. But I have been pre-syncopal before if I like haven't eaten and I like bend forward and then stand back up. Like I will need to sit. So I feel like that would be danger zone for me. I just do intermittent fasting and I try and keep it between 8 to 10 hours a day for my food. More than that, I'd probably die. I don't have that kind of willpower.
I try for 18. Like I try for a 6 hour eating window, but it doesn't always work out. So anyway, yeah.
Don't have that kind of willpower, girl. Good for you, though. Good for you. My eight, I'm a notorious snacker. So the fact that I could even wean myself to an 8 to 10 hour window is, for me, impressive, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean for anybody to fast at all other than sleeping.
Yeah.
And even so, how many people will get up in the middle of the night and eat?
I used to do that when I was a little kid. I would go upstairs and I would like eat a piece of bread because I was ravenous. Like I think back to that behavior and it's so strange. And now I just wake up to pee and get really annoyed that I wake up at 3 a.m. to pee like I'm old or something.
I know. I'm not doing that. I'm making myself fall back asleep. And by the time like it's 15 minutes before my alarm goes off and my bladder is screaming at like I should have just got up at 3.
Should have just done it. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Aging is wonderful. Yeah, so thank you so much for jumping on and talking about horrible, horrible foods and what's actually not horrible foods for our dogs. And
well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
And I think if we take anything from this article, it's that the article isn't saying that these foods are bad. The article is trying to say that you should only feed them in moderation to prevent excessive weight gain.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, yeah. Please try not to feed cooked fats. I will add that. Please try not to feed cooked fats. That'd be wonderful.
Sorry, they're building a pergola next door.
Oh,
if you heard that.
No worries.
But, okay.
Yeah. So Isabel and I will be back in 2 weeks, and I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions or if you have topics that you'd like for us to cover, send us some messages, and hi. Thank you for joining us. We're actually jumping.
Hi, Julie. That's very exciting. Julie's a friend of mine, and she inspired me to make butter, which I did this weekend.
Yeah, it looked good. I love butter so much. Love it. I think
that's a good fat.
Yeah, I think I was telling you that Glucose Goddess. Did you ever start following her?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So, if you add a healthy fat like butter to a carb like bread, then it doesn't spike your glucose as much.
Oh, you should not have told me that because I love butter and I love sourdough bread.
Well, sourdough is better for you than like regular anyway, but or like a French or whatever junk we eat here. But yeah, so like if you eat a piece of bread, your glucose is going to go through the roof. But if you put butter on that bread, it'll just be like,
oh goodness. Well, look who I just found on Instagram. We're going to just hit that follow button.
Yeah.
Oh, you're giving me bad ideas.
Her book was incredible. I mean, outside of the fact that she does recommend a lot of foods that I wouldn't eat, like almond milks and things like that, because almonds make milk, right?
Almonds take excessive amounts of water to grow, which I think is crazy because I pass humongous fields of them on my way to the cabin in California, in the center of California, which is literally always a desert.
Yeah. Yeah, like
How is it possible?
the most barren places, and they want to,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The junk that goes into dairy-free milks is beyond crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking about earlier, like, no, you can't have raw milk from a cow, but here, drink all of this chemical shit because we want
Yeah.
you to drink not milk.
There's there's so many brands. There's only one brand that I know of, and I wish I could remember the name of it off the top of my head, that literally is water and like milked hazelnuts. No flavorings, no sugar, no preservatives. Like there's everything else that exists out there.
Mhm.
Look at the label because it has something in it that you don't want.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And I don't know, we'll do something again soon.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye.